I invite you all now to join us. We're going to explore the parent-child relationship. We're going to laugh a little bit. We're going to cry a little bit. I asked a couple people from the community as representatives of all of us to read some letters that they wrote to their parents. The first one is my dear uncle, Chaim Goldberger.
Dear Mom and Dad, I was the first child born into our family, and from the moment I was born, you had a vision for me. You envisioned a life of significance, of great achievement, a life of good works and kindness to others. You envisioned a life of personal growth and maturity, with talent, wisdom, and accomplishments recognized by all. Where there wasn't a community to support your vision, you became the community. Where there wasn't a school to supply the tools necessary to attain that vision, you founded one. To borrow a line from Eshes Chaim, many parents have done excellently in raising their children, but you have outdone them all. As the recipient of such an inspiring and life-defining gift, I have a message for you. Not only do I grasp this moment to deliver this long overdue message, but I take to this podium to do so in public. Mom, Dad, it doesn't look like I'm going to be going to law school. In all seriousness, everything I have just said about you is true. Your vision for me was clear from the moment you named me. You blessed me with the most exalted name in our family tradition, naming me after my illustrious great-grandfather, Hagon Harav Chaim Yitzchak HaKohen Bloch, Zichrono Tzadik Livracha, Lithuanian Rav and Rosh Yeshiva, Chaber of the Divrei Chiba on Sugyos and Masechtos and Shas, Chief Rabbi, and Av Bastin of Jersey City, New Jersey. You also gave me an English name, one by which I was named for the sitting Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. Incidentally, this detail would be uncovered decades later during a Secret Service background check, thereby enabling me to get the security clearance I would need to greet the Vice President on a recent visit to Minnesota. There is some undue speculation within family lore that it was Mom who picked out my Hebrew name and Dad who picked out my English name, but I have never bought into that speculation. The choices that made up my naming were a collaborative effort designed to cement the vision that you both have always had for me. In Grandpa Goldberger, Olav HaSholom's words, zu Gott und zu Leid, that I would become someone who could embody the highest in service to Hashem Yisborach and to his fellow man. That was your vision, Dad and Mom, and you did do everything I mentioned in seeing that vision through. You did found a day school in tiny Akron, Ohio, when no worthy alternative existed. You acted even more boldly when you made the decision to send your beloved son out of town at the tender age of 11, when only that move guaranteed a continuation of the high-level Torah and secular education you demanded for me. But courage in the face of challenge was not new to either of you. You, Dad, were forced to face the unimaginable challenge as a 9-year-old boy of having to escape the brutal Nazis, Yamach Shemam, and trust Hashem, your parents, and the good Danish people to get you through a nightmarish experience and bring you to safety. And you, Mom, had to leave the only hometown you had ever known to travel to a wilderness called Ohio, where, as far as you knew, Indians and buffalo still roamed, a place blessed with none of the communal infrastructure you had always taken for granted, all because you knew you had to follow your husband to wherever it is he needed to go to earn his parnasa. When the time came to provide more Yiddishkeit for your growing family, the two of you did not hesitate to make another move, this time to the suburbs of Washington, D.C., where you continued to build community in new ways, serving in both official and unofficial capacities to provide warmth, wisdom, and tachlis to the welfare of our newly adopted kehillah. 2 years later, when Dad's initial employment came to an end, you took us all on a happy summer vacation, despite having no guarantee of future parnasa other than Dad's bitachon in God and Mom's bitachon in Dad. You know, I do have a message for you, Mom and Dad, and it is actually the same message I expressed earlier, and it is not a joke. I may not be going to law school, but I don't need to. My life already is an expression of the vision you had for me when I was born, but it is not because of any great achievements of mine. It is because you both have lived the dream you had for me. You have carried on the legacy of your parents and grandparents, producing generations of Lomdei Torah, Shomrei Mitzvah, and Yirei Shamayim. You have given of yourselves to God and to light. Through sweet music, incredible chesed and hospitality, and all-embracing love, as well as timely action, integrity, courage, and bitachon. If I have been privileged to serve as a community leader or authored some books of Torah content, all I am really doing is walking in your footsteps. So while I may not ever be Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, I am a follower of Hashem, the Supreme Justice of the Chief Court. And that is because I am simply following the great example you have painstakingly laid before me. You, Mom and Dad, are the model for the vision you have had for me, and I can only pray I continue to walk in your ways at Me'av Yesrim, and that Jill and I can be a similar model for our children. I love you both. Love, Earl.